After 22 long years, 22 years of trolling, 22 years of banter, 22 years of nearly trying and failing, 22 years of hoping, 22 years of losing fans to rival clubs. I mean, some fans joined Manchester City, some joined Barcelona because they just couldn't continue. Finally, it has happened. Arsenal, once again, are Premier League champions. Now, on the show today, I'm sure you noticed that there is an empty seat here. It's the seat reserved for the Premier League champion. So let's invite, the Premier League champion into the studio now. Tunde Tunapa. Or should we just call him Tunapa? Yeah.
You can sit down.
All right, so the Premier League champion is here with us. But seriously, Tunde, how does it feel? How did it feel on Wednesday night when it was official? I think it was around 9:30, a couple of minutes to 10, when it was official that Arsenal had become champions. I mean, I'm sure Tunde, since Tunde started supporting Arsenal, they have never won the Premier League. I'm not sure he was supporting Arsenal in personal.
I supported them actually, but the memory wasn't.
I mean, I'm sure you're still quite young. So in your adult years, at least since you turned 18, this is the first time that you're experiencing being a Premier League champion. Tell me,
it's not easy to be.
How does it feel?
It's not easy to be a king, But that night, it was. I can't express myself. I was so emotional. At first it started with, I almost burst into tears. Because I was just watching the match, 1-0. I was hoping, I didn't want to have false hope at first. After 1-0, I was like, well, let's see what will happen. Because I still believed in the fact that City should win their games. We should win our games, you understand? But then, then they equalized. I was like, oh boy, second in blow, right? But then, it was, I think every Arsenal fan I think we all waited in that final whistle.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to celebrate early. We don't want to don't have to have a broken heart.
Even the video that they showed of the Arsenal players at Emirates, watching, they were just waiting for that final
whistle. So immediately I heard the final whistle. I think I woke up my neighbors. I shouted, I was jubilating, and at some point I almost burst into tears that I couldn't even press my phone. Before I started posting, I think it was around past 11. I couldn't do anything. I was just like, oh no. I had a conversation with one big boss of mine. I think I met this Egbon around 2008 at Topon Garden in Ibadan. We went to watch one Arsenal Carling Cup then together. So it was only Arsenal game, so there was not much people there. It was only Arsenal fan, probably 5 or 6 of us. So we trekked from the viewing center to home together. So that was how we knew each other. We didn't know each other before, and through that, because then I was seeking an admission to Uniben. I traveled to Uniben using his influence. I stayed with one of his brothers. He called me. He said to me, congratulations to us. Since he was not giving me those memories.
When you guys,
honestly, since younger days, we were hoping, not knowing that it is going to be this time. I think someone told us that those years that we won't win the league till 2026. We'll argue. I was like, oh no. No. Just that day, I was emotional. I didn't really say. I was just so emotional then. From that around 11 p.m. that night, I started talking to people, posting, tagging people, putting it on people's body to Chelsea, man, everybody just the collect.
I mean, I messaged you congratulating me. I think that night, because it's honestly, as a rival fan, I didn't know I was going to be this happy for Arsenal, but when you have waited for something for that long, I was just really, 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 really happy for Arsenal fans. Fahad, are you happy for Arsenal?
Definitely. Fahad,
I
was happy. Because I could. It was more like I kind of understand where they're coming from. Like, United, they won the Premier League in 2013. But then, if you look at it, not like I also, more like I knew about football much then. I just knew, okay, United won the league then. So it's not like I knew about football there. So I kind of understand where they are coming from and the journey they've been through, the journeys of ups and downs. I mean, mostly downs of what has happened to us now. How a lot of clubs now, I've always been banting them honestly. The nearly men, the bridesmaid, and all
The
that.
media, ex-players.
And you could see it even after they won. The players also. That means the players were also listening to everything.
Yeah, they heard. But they just couldn't respond.
Yeah,
Because Bukayo
Saka, they knew, they heard everything what they were saying. They knew, and I think this is like one of the best ways of winning a league, where you have to wait for your opponents to actually lose the league on their own terms. Wait for your opponent to lose the league, and then you can actually win the league. I think this is one of the best ways.
I remember when this also happened with Leicester City. They were also together, something like they were watching Chelsea Tottenham, and then immediately Chelsea came back. I think Chelsea came back from 2 goals down. Eddie Mazza 2 goals. Immediately Chelsea came back from 2 goals down, got that draw. Leicester City knew they had won the trophy. I mean, it's a nice way to
winning your one of the best trophy ever at home. That's the best ever. We are told, and everybody was celebrating.
So today, let me ask you, why didn't you leave? I mean, so many fans left. So many fans joined other clubs. Especially when Manchester City came into the scene and started doing well. And started playing the kind of football that Arsenal was playing that made most Arsenal fans love Arsenal. Some fans joined Manchester City. Some fans joined Barcelona. I mean, I know about 1 or 2 fans that left for Barcelona.
Some even joined Real Madrid.
So why did you stay?
The few people I know that left.
When did you start supporting Arsenal?
If I won't exaggerate, I think it was around. Because my first major experience with football was Korea Japan 2002. So when it comes to club football, it was after that World Cup. So but I was still young. So that's why I experienced the invisible. But though the joy was not because I was still young, I think I can't really celebrate. I just know we won a trophy and I was jubilating, I was shouting, though as a boy. So let me just say around 2004. So that's
about 22 years.
So then I was still a boy, but
20 to 23 years.
And I used to tell people that I think the person that put me in Arsenal career, let me put it that way, was my dad actually. My dad was a Chelsea fan. But the first football match he took me to a viewing center to watch was an Arsenal match. It was an Arsenal during Arsene Wenger days.
I mean, they play good football.
I told him, no, this is my club. He was like, we just going to watch this one. This is not my own club. He was telling, this is not my own club. I said, no, this is my own club. So, and I have a senior brother actually. So we went to watch another match. It was not Chelsea's match. So since then, my brother is not a Chelsea fan with him, but I was an Arsenal fan.
Wow. So
that was how it all began.
So back to the question, why didn't you leave?
People that left didn't really leave. They couldn't take in the insult. That's what because look at this, and everybody are now coming out to say the Arsenal fan. Even K1 sang a song for Arsenal. So everybody are now coming out. So we have a lot of Arsenal fans out there
that couldn't just come out
to say an Arsenal fan. I'm telling you, if you look at some analysis of even some media people, you know that they once loved Arsenal. Just that because of everything that has happened, they could not take the abuse, the insult, the banter. They couldn't take it, and it's part of the game. It's part of the game. That's why I used to tell people. Aside from Arsenal's fan resistance, we are good with our mouth. Guys, we will look for a way to guide ourselves that okay, we won the Golden Premier League now. Has anybody ever done it before? Now we still have another record we are pursuing now. The most disciplined team in the world now.
No penalty, no
penalty considered, no red card in the whole season. So that's another beautiful thing. We don't win ordinary trophies. We win it with special effects.
Is that the reason they didn't give Advert the red card in deserved?
That wasn't against Burnley. And I think after
the Manchester United goal was also reviewed, and the PGMOL came out to say that it was a wrong decision they took even after the review.
I don't know. At times, okay, should we talk about that right now too? Because that Manchester United was a goal. There was I think there was a change in the rule when I think around 2024 season that if there was an handball in the build up to the goal, but it wasn't that same player that scored that goal, you can count it as a goal. There's another rule that says that. That's it. And it was Mbembo that did the handball. It was another player that scored. So I think that goal is a goal. So when it comes to this Harvard red card, firstly, it wasn't on the Achilles, it was on the chin. at the back of the chin. It wasn't on the Achilles. And secondly, the touch was not.
Doesn't that qualify as high boot?
Not really. No.
Because the shin is even higher than the Achilles.
Yes, but still, it wasn't on the knee. I think they majorly they do give players red card if you made a serious contact on the knee, the ankle, and the Achilles. So, and the force was not really there. Though we were fortunate at the same time.
Yeah.
Because another ref might say this is a red card and there's nothing we can do about it. So
what's next for Arsenal now?
Champions League.
I mean, I'm talking about at the end of this season, if they win Champions League, fine. But what's next for Arsenal after this? After this season?
They just need to build from there. They need to continue in the way they've been because Mikel Arteta has taken them from that team that used to that mid-table team to the pinnacle of English football. They need to continue from there. Maybe they need to probably be like what Pep Guardiola did when he came to the English Premier League. Dominate.
And with Pep Guardiola on his way out, it's there for Mikel Arteta.
Yeah.
He will become the most experienced and the longest serving manager in the Premier League immediately Pep Guardiola leaves. So it is to lose every season basically.
Yeah. And if you look at it, Arsenal right now, they look like one of a team that right now they are the only team that they are not looking. We just want to start a rebuild. Look at Arsenal. Look at Chelsea. They'll be looking to start another rebuild. United too want to start another rebuild.
Even
Liverpool, with
Salah,
they want to start another rebuild as well. So Arsenal look like the only team.
I'm sure Tottenham also will be starting another rebuild. So they look like the only stable
team in the Premier League going into next season. So I just feel it's easy to lose. It's just to lose honestly next season as well.
Absolutely. Well, we want to say congratulations to Arsenal Football Club, champions of the English Premier League 2025.
Please, whenever you want to direct questions to me, please be adding sir, because it's not easy.
Is it because
it's not easy. Look at the crown. It's because we have not accepted the crown yet. But we have been confirmed the king. That's why we are still using a cap. We start bringing crown. This thing where we do for you. We start bringing.
We talk more senior. Why do you have Abuko? But then, we say real congratulations.
Thank you.
Well deserved.
Thank you.
Well deserved.
So on Sunday, look forward to the trophy celebration at the Shell Spa.
Only the Premier League trophy celebration.
Of course.
Please, they will lock up this guy for me.